tight end off the board in Luke Musgrave, going to a team that needed a tight end in the Green Bay Packers. And that is
Keep going, man.
very, very
Keep it
quick for
going.
these tight ends. We thought there'd be 3 in the first round, and it turns out we're getting 3 in the second round before we even get through the top 12 picks in the second round. So Luke Musgrave, he is a guy that I had him in my top 3 of tight ends. I'm not sure where you had him, but a guy that we really like. I think Luke Musgrave, if I'm not mistaken, spent a lot of last year injured, actually. So there was some limited opportunities for NFL teams to actually see what he was capable of while he was on the field last year. However, Luke Musgrave now goes to a team that's going to be starting over at quarterback with Jordan Love. They have really not any weapons outside of Christian Watson, who in itself is kind of unproven. So talk about his
Kind
fit.
of.
Yeah, I know. Pretty unproven. Talk about his fit with Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great landing spot. We've been talking about Green Bay getting a tight end since, I mean, the whole pre-draft process. No Robert Tonyan there anymore, right? I think he went to Chicago, right? If I'm not mistaken, Robert Tonyan's in Chicago.
I actually don't know. Who cares?
It literally doesn't matter. There's no one there. So Luke Musgrave, great landing spot. Do I think he's going to do a ton this year? No, because this is going to be a season of development for Jordan Love and for that receiving core. We don't really know who they're going to add. Green Bay has another pick here and like 5 or 6 picks, and they could definitely go a receiver who's going to take a lot of target volume, maybe like a Josh Downs or a Marvin Mims. We don't really know yet. So with Musgrave, I think he's going to take a couple years to develop, like any tight end does. I think he's a very good tight end. I kind of flip flop between him and Darnell Washington as my third favorite tight end, probably in this class. But again, great landing spot long term. This could be a real nice place for him to be sitting. And I would be hopeful for some solid production from him as well in
Yeah.
such a bare landscape right now in the NFL at the tight end position.
Yeah, so Luke Musgrave, he comes in at 6'6", 253, so he's got that size we're looking for in our tight end prospects. He obviously has the 211 draft capital now, but a 4.61 40-yard dash, that's the 88th percentile, so that's pretty darn good. His speed score was in the 94th percentile, and his catch radius is in the 84th percentile. So he's just a big
Yeah.
dude. He's
Look,
very athletic, and
it's going to be an easy target to Jordan Love. Easy target to Jordan Love anywhere in the field where, when in doubt, just throw it to Luke Musgrave or Christian Watson, who's going to win the contested catches. And that makes for some promising upside in that offense.
And look, like I said last year, he played in 2 games. He only had 11 receptions for 169 yards. So nice stat
Nice.
there. And played in 12 games in 2021. He had 22 receptions, for 304 yards. So, and then before that, 6 games and 2 games. He was a senior, obviously. So he hasn't shown it a whole lot yet. Like, this is a guy that, while NFL teams believe in him, from what we've seen on the tape, we think he's legit and we think he's the real deal. This is definitely somebody that's going to have to come out here and prove it. He's walking into a situation in Green Bay where he's absolutely going to have that opportunity. And his upside, I think we said this in our rankings video, his upside in this class is the tight end one. I think that will be hard to get to
Yeah.
now because of Dalton Kincaid going to the Bills. However, Luke Musgrave, his ceiling is fairly high compared to these other tight ends. I think his ceiling is pretty much just as high. So I like this for Luke Musgrave. These tight ends are all going to jump into the top 15 of Dynasty rookie tight end rankings. They just are. We've said it for months now. This is a deep tight end class. Now he's coming in, and we're ranking him probably pretty safely inside the top 15. It's hard without looking at it, but I mean, he's instantly somebody I'm going to want over, a placeholder tight end wherever. So, yeah, Luke Musgrave, he should get a lot of volume from Jordan Love there, especially from a newer quarterback. You see that with tight ends, younger quarterbacks with tight ends, they tend to favor their tight ends a lot, and I think this will be no exception to that as well.
I agree.
So, obviously a great fit for Luke Musgrave, and we're excited to see what he does in Green Bay. It should be really, really interesting to see how it all plays out with Jordan Love this year and with Christian Watson, and see if they draft any other weapons in the draft that could potentially be taken away from Luke Musgrave, etc. But a real interesting landing spot for Luke Musgrave. Make sure you like this video and make sure you're subscribed. We've got content coming out all night tonight and continuing into the offseason as we break down these rookies and their landing spots as we keep going. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a few.